What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Become a Content Creator in 10 Days or Less video series that I'm doing on the channel. For the first time ever, we're doing a series like this, and I think it's resonating pretty well with you guys. I got some positive feedback on the first video, so I'm excited to keep this series going. We have 9 more to go, well, 8 more if you're including this one, to go, and I think that really this series seems like it's going to be helping you guys a lot, and I'm actually pretty stoked about that. So yeah, thank you guys all for the support on the first video. Really like to see that this stuff is actually helping, because I thought for a while on this series, I've been working and planning it out a lot. And if you see me glancing over to my other screen, it's because I literally have written an entire lesson plan for this series about what I want to talk to you guys about, and some scripting and stuff in here. So forgive me if I look over to my other monitor, but it is a massive lesson plan that I'm going off of here. So yeah, so we're here on day 2, or part 2 of the series, and this day is going to be all about planning, right? Day 1 was about brainstorming your ideas. This is where you're throwing everything into a big pot, mixing it up, being like, oh, I like this, oh, I don't like this, oh, it needs a little more salt, put a little more salt in there. This day is more about planning, right? So after the brainstorming phase, we should have been able to narrow it down a little bit, right? To what you kind of have you have a small vision of what you want to achieve in content creation and what you want to do, right? So hopefully we were able to do that. And if you haven't been able to do that yet, I suggest kind of trying to narrow your ideas down and get it down to like, a few, or 1 to 3 ideas of where you want to at least start from before going through with what we talk about in this video. So day 2, we're here, day 2, part 2. This is going to be the plan it out day, right? So this is where I want you guys to look at all your ideas. Now you have a basic understanding of where you want to go with this and what you want to do. I want you guys to look at your free time and see how much time you have to dedicate to this, right? Maybe you work full time, maybe you're a father, maybe you're a mother, and you can give yourself maybe 5 to 6 hours a week to work on this. Or maybe you're someone who works from home and you don't have a commute and all that, and you can give yourself 15, 20 hours a week to start working on this. It all depends on you. Everyone is different, right? So I want you guys, the first step here is I want you to look at your free time and see how much time you can dedicate to this. That's number 1. Next, I want you to look at your budget and what gear you already have, what gear you're going to need for the type of content you want to create, and really figure this out. And remember here that you don't need to spend a ton of money, especially when you're starting up, right? It's not as important as you think. I mean, if you think about it like this, we all have these in our pockets, right? Everyone has a smartphone at this point, and our phones have great cameras. And if you don't have a camera, but you're doing a type of content like my content where you need to be in front of a camera talking to your audience, just use your phone. Don't go out and buy, a camera for $1,000 or even $500. You don't need to do that. If you can and you want to, go for it. There's nothing, no harm, no foul. There's also really good webcams like the Instalink 360 that you can use for stuff like that. But don't go out right away and spend a ton of money on gear when you're just starting out. It's more important to figure out your content and figure out where you're going. But like I said before, if you want to do a type of content where you need to be in front of a camera, use your phone when you're first starting out. Get a feel for, get 15, 20 videos rolling before you go and invest any money. Make sure, what you're doing is working. And if you're not using a camera and you're just doing like stuff that you're recording on your screen, that's fine too. Obviously, if you're doing that, a microphone would be a little bit more important there. You don't really need to worry about a camera that much, but again, don't go out and spend $500, $600 on a crazy microphone. You can get a nice microphone for like $100 nowadays. I have tons of videos on my channel if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, don't go crazy with spending money when you're first starting out. It's way more important to make sure that you guys figure out what you're doing, where you're headed, figure out if you even enjoy it first. A lot of people start content creation and they realize like a few months in, they're like, wow, this is a lot of work. And for some reason, my videos aren't resonating with my audience that I thought that they would, and this kind of stinks. I'm really strapped for time. I don't have time to do this. You think because you love consuming content and watching content that you would love making it, but it's not for everybody. I'm not trying to discourage anyone. I'm just saying that's the reality of it, and if that's how you feel, that's okay. You don't need to be a content creator. But if you do want to stick with it, you do enjoy it, and you're in this because you really do love it, and you enjoy making content, and you enjoy entertaining people or teaching people, then I would suggest sticking with it, because it is very rewarding on a personal level, really. You know, when I make content for you guys and I see all these comments pouring in, and you guys are just like, oh, thank you so much, I didn't know that, or thank you, you really helped me. It really does make you feel great, and it's nice to help people. So if that's what you're in it for, continue to do it, but don't feel bad if you feel burnt out already right in the beginning. It's not for everybody, and maybe you're putting too much time into it. Maybe you need to back that down, but that's what this day 2 or part 2 is all about. It's about planning, right? We're looking at your time. You're looking at the gear and the equipment that you have. Look at the knowledge that you already have. You're going to need to learn how to edit videos, or you're going to need to learn how to record videos, or you're going to need to learn how audio works. Figure out all that stuff, right? Plan it out. There's no rush here. This is a marathon, not a sprint. You want to just make sure that you have all your ducks in a row before you dive in head first. So look at all that stuff. Figure out a schedule that works for you, you know, with your time. Figure out a budget that works for you. If your budget is $0 and you want to start with what you just have, that's 100% possible too. So don't be, you know, discouraged by that. And then, you know, after you create some sort of schedule, figure out your budget and all that stuff, what I want you guys to do is set up some realistic and attainable goals, right? I'm not saying like, don't be like, oh, I want to have 1,000 subscribers by next month, because that's very hard to do for a lot of people. Even myself, I started a second channel last year. It took me about 4 or 5 months to get monetized on that channel, and I already have a pretty big following on my main channel right here. So it's not as easy as you would think. However, maybe your content will be better than my gaming content. I don't put that much time into my gaming content. It's kind of more just like highlights and funny moments and things like that, or little stories that I made up when playing games from my stream, and then I chop it up, I edit it, you know, I kind of put it into a story and then upload it on that channel. But yeah, set up some realistic goals, right? And if you want an example of this, I guess for me, I would say, if you're just starting out, you just are learning all of this stuff, I would say that you want to try and get to your first 100 subscribers within 30 days, right? 100 subscribers in 30 days. Obviously, this is a bendable goal depending on you and how much time you're putting in, how many videos you're making per month. But basically, 100 subscribers in 30 days means you're on the right track and you're doing it right. And I would say that's if you're putting out at least 1 to 2 videos per week, long form videos, and then supplemental short content as well, if you have the time for it. But yeah, so that would be the plan. So hopefully this video helped you guys come up with your plan a little bit more. Again, I want you guys to keep a record of all of this stuff in a Google Doc, in a notepad file, pen and paper on your desk. Make sure you're keeping a record of all the stuff we're doing in each day or part of this series, so that you can always go back and reference it as you go through this journey of setting up your channel and setting up things that you want to achieve for yourself. So if you guys enjoyed this part of the series, hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. And drop some comments down below. I'm open to answering any questions. And if you have nothing to say at all, drop an emoji down there. The engagement really helps me out. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. And if you want to hang out with me live, I do stream on twitch.tv/hammerdance Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But anyways, guys, that's all from me. I want you to keep those hammers up, and I'll see you next time.